So you walk forward. There's two youths like laying on the ground, kind of writhing. Your team kind of approaches them. They're like, what the fuck, man? Why'd you shoot us?
Okay, in my defense, I wasn't the one who shot you. I wanted to give you a sandwich and just introduce myself.
Agency Fred.
But my cohort here, his name is Ferdinand, just so you know for later, decided to shoot you.
He just kind of shakes his head. He's like, huh, you didn't have the guts to do it yourself.
They were graffito tagging a wall that is beneath my notice.
Agency Pepper's just like,
anyways,
sir, graffiti is a crime within the city of River City, sir.
Graffiti is art, but that's beside the point. So now, what are they wearing so I can at least point to one and say?
So they got like baggy kind of sports kind of jerseys on, baggy shorts.
Different colored shirts, so I can just say.
Just point to either one. Doesn't matter.
Okay, so I'm gonna point to the one on the left. What's your name, kid?
He's like, oh, name. He's like, on the streets. He's just like, he's kind of writhing. He's like, they call me Iggy.
Okay. Well, Iggy, I apologize for what he did and what my sidekick Ferdinand did to you. I don't know what to call you, Ferdinand. What my coworker, my squad mate, what my squad mate decided to do to you. That's on him, and there will be payback later. But first, Porkins, sandwich him.
So Porkins comes over. He's just like, he hands the youth a sandwich. He's like, what the fuck is this, man?
I go, have a bite of that.
Porkins like, oh, it's pretty good. He kind of like he kind of gets up. He looks out of it. He picks up the sandwich. He starts biting on it.
You see, Iggy, that was us breaking bread with one another. I want to get to know you. I want to get to know the streets around here. And like I said, it's like I don't understand why you were shot. But tell me a little bit about yourself. What were you painting? What was that up there? Porkins, give the other guy a sandwich too.
And the other guy kind of like gets up. He's like, I go by Spike on the streets.
Okay.
So they're like munching. So he's like that's our gang symbol. We work for the weed rollers.
420 represent. I remember those guys.
He kind of makes like a hand sign with you. And
Yeah. I remember them back in the day. Well, anyways. Where's your hideout at?
He's like, hideout, man, I can't tell you nothing like that. Man, you know, I'd get my ass beaten so bad if I gave away any personal information.
Okay. What's the name of the guy next to you?
He says, who, Spike over here?
And who are the other... What was the name of the guy that ran away over there?
Oh, man. Them guys over there. I'm glad you asked me their names. Them guys over there. Well, I can't tell you. You know what? I'll tell you my own name. I can't tell you anybody else's name. That'd be snitching, you know?
Damn, my tactic to try to get him to reveal his leader's name didn't work. Okay, you liking that sandwich?
Yeah, what is this? Some kind of, some pretty good luncheon meats right here you guys got.
By accepting that sandwich, you waived all rights to due process and have forgiven us for shooting you. But...
He's like, what the...
Yep, it was a sandwich. That's all it was. But now you're going to be coming in with me because you won't tell me some information. All you had to do was eat the sandwich and tell me at least the names of your two other people with you and maybe any good crimes going on around here? Anything I should know about?
He says, well...
or you can always just tell me, give me more information. It's like, if you don't want to give it about yourself, you know, maybe there's a rival gang.
He says, well... We've been doing a lot of fighting recently with them racist motherfuckers who are down on the other side of the city. You know, we believe in, you know, all we do is we sell. I mean, to be honest with you, we sell drugs to everybody, you know. But them motherfuckers down there, they racist as hell. We don't like them.
Yes, 420 represent. Okay. So So lay down. Where can I find them?
says-
Tell us about their businesses. Come on, man, snitch. Tell me about your opposition.
He says, well, we don't really know a ton, but we know they got somebody who's like shooting metal and shit all over the place, and this other motherfucker who like we can't seem to hurt him no matter what we do. That's all we know. You know, they call themselves the something like white prides worldwide, you know, WPs for short or something like that. And then he kind of like drifts off because he continues eating a sandwich or something.
Hey, Spike, do you know anything more than Iggy? Like something I can work with? You're just telling me that they have a brute on their side that takes hits. Or a tinker. I don't know. But what can you tell me, Spike?
And he's just like,
What can we do to get me to not bring you in for this minor crime of graffiti? What information can you give me? What can you snitch on me for about this white pride worldwide? What? Like I said, I'm not asking you to snitch on your own group. Just let me know about...
He's like, I don't think they're really all that worldwide. I think they're pretty much only in this city, you know.
Okay.
He's like munching on he continues eating his sandwich a bit. He looks a bit out of it, you know.
Well, I'm assuming that they probably have a bad case of the munchies, which is why I'm trying to bribe them with food.
Yeah.
Porkins, give the man a drink.
They start like drinking some of the big gulps too and stuff. He's just like, you know what? I think they were operating. I think they're working at some kind of warehouse or something, or I think it's like down by the river or whatever, because that's usually where we avoid going. You know, because if we go down there, some of them white folks, you know, who are racist and shit, they'll attack you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so down by the river. Okay, Ferdinand. I want you to read them the rights, handcuff them, and then call in the police, because this should be taken care of by the police and not by me.
And then like he's like, already 3 steps ahead of you, and like he's just like you know, he's already walking over, cuffing them. You can see people, you know, some of your other team members just kind of surrounding them, making sure they're like on the ground, on their face, stuff like that. So a few minutes later, the police arrive and everything.
And I just tell them they had done the graffiti. They were vandalizing that wall over there. Do your job, and I'll do mine.
And the officer, he's just like, oh, these guys again? These stupid weed guys. They're always tagging all over the place. We've been arresting them. They keep popping up.
I know. Apparently it's a major issue, but it's like, I don't know why the PRT are taking care of a couple of weed smokers tagging up them walls over there.
He says, yeah, well, you know, they're led by some kind of those crazy, those super-powered villains, you know. They got some guy who here makes some kind of plants-type things that can move or something like that. And then there's some other woman who makes, like, some kind of vehicles or something, but we haven't been able to handle them so far. We can only arrest their low-level minions.
What else can you tell me about these weed smokers 420s? I don't know their gang name. I didn't pay attention.
He says that's pretty much all we know. All we know is that they've got one guy working for them who's got something to do with, he grows the actual drugs, and they've got another one who makes the vehicles that that some of their upper leadership rides around in. We don't have any other info. That's why we called in the PRT to begin with.
So they have a man who grows plants. Like, are you saying that they have a grow op, or are you saying that the man literally grows plants?
Well, he's the manufacturer of their drugs, and he also has some sort of minions that can kind of walk around and like you know, fight and do other things for him. We've been having some trouble with them recently. I actually think you guys should really get on that.
And who was the other lady you were talking about? Is there anything interesting about her I should know?
Well, we don't really know a ton about them, except that she appears to be the one who builds their actual vehicles. Or
okay, so slate. That means we have a tinker and what else do you think we have here?
she says, Well, sir, they both kind of sound like tinkers in a way. I mean, they're various different types of tinkers. You know, when I was back at the academy.
Yes, but it all boils down to, does the guy actually grow the plants, or is he just growing plants? Is he growing the weed, or is he growing the weed? You know the distinction I'm making here.
And everyone kind of like looks around. Pepper's like, "Sir, your orders are unclear, sir." And Ferdinand's just like shaking his head.
I'm just looking for a clarification here. Okay, well, officer, do you know what area they operate out of?
He says, well, they're mostly around the area here, around these blocks. This appears to be their territory, but we're not exactly sure which buildings they operate out of because, as I said, we've only been able to arrest some of their low-level minions, and they won't really talk about their own gang.
Have you tried offering them a sandwich?
Well, the police station does have your standard issue prison food, and
okay. Well, take them away. It's like you deal with them. They're your problem now. I'll go look into this.
So,
yeah. We're gonna look into around here. Oh wait, one more thing.
He's like,
what can you tell me about white power worldwide?
He says, huh? Oh, he's like, yeah, we got a bunch of gangs in this city. One of them is actually a bunch of racists but they live a bit farther down that way, and he points, and he says they're mostly along the river down that way, as opposed to these two gangs appear to be the two biggest ones, but there are several other smaller ones as well. And he's kind of like reading the guy's rights. And,
okay, well then one more question. In a small town with a population of 10,000 people, how did you let it get so bad?
He says, we've been actually calling in for help from the government for a few months now, and they weren't really doing anything until just recently.
But you are a law enforcement officer. How did you let this get so bad? I'm just curious. It's like I don't understand you guys.
He says, how do you expect us, with only police issue pistols and handcuffs, to arrest people who've got all these crazy powers? I mean, we've arrested some of them before. They break right out of prison.
Okay, well, officer, go on your way. I'm just venting on you guys.
So he's just like, the other officers, him and the others are kind of just arresting these two guys, just reading their rights. And
so now I'm going to call my team forward. Just it's like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to start canvassing these buildings. We're going to do proper police work that these guys, the actual police, don't know how to do. And we're going to canvass the whole area and talk to as many people as we can. And ask, just kind of ask, it's like if they're supposedly operating from around here, maybe we can find something a little bit more than Iggy and Spike over there, you know? Maybe a Toad, or maybe a Jazz. I don't know what to call these little punks would be call themselves on here. What a street name is in River City. But yeah, let's canvass the area.
So like three of your compatriots are sort of paying attention.
Not Porkins. Porkins has to stay near me, you know.
The other two are just like, yeah, one of them's kind of out of it. One of them is just kind of engrossed in his food. But the other three certainly were paying attention to your very rousing speech. Although one of them looking at you with disdain. He's just like, I knew I should have been team leader.
Oh, and Slate, I'm going to put you in charge of this little endeavor here. You, Pepper, and Ferdinand, you can go start the canvassing. Me, Porkins, and Dolph over here are gonna start our little canvass.
And she's like, yes, sir, I'll get right on it right away. And you know, as a matter of fact, not only was I actually voted the guide when I was in the school, but also I was actually I actually had the top scores in
yes, I understand.
Also...
I understand. Ferdinand, when things go sideways, you're the boss of them.
He's like, at least you got one thing right.
But also, if I hear that you shoot against order again, there will be a reckoning.
And they all he just kind of like, it disregards you, and they all kind of walk off.